Hey everyone, my name is Rick Broider, and I'm the founder of QuickLaunch Consulting, the co-founder of the Conscious Collective Operating System, or CCOS we call it, and the developer of VisionTrack360. For years, I watched brilliant teams and movements struggle to stay aligned, not because they lacked purpose, but because their systems were fragmented. One platform handled communication and email, another one tracked projects, another dozen others tried to fill the gaps, and none of them reflected how real self-organized organizations or communities actually work. And that's why we built VisionTrack360, to unify everything in one place while staying true to the concepts and principles behind the Conscious Collective Operating System. No rigid hierarchies, circles instead of departments, roles instead of titles, transparency, consent, and co-creation at every level. And that's why VisionTrack360 isn't just software, it's infrastructure for an entirely new way of working, where individuals and organizations can self-organize and collaborate fluidly and also see the whole system in motion. What makes this version so special is that it's built entirely in Notion, leveraging the newest database architecture and supports decentralized deployment. That means that in this system, your data lives safely in your own Notion workspace while being able to connect seamlessly across many teams and circles. So for the first time, we could actually combine the regenerative governance model of the Conscious Collective Operating System, CCOS, with a modern, intuitive interface, giving everyone the essential tools to work transparently and autonomously within one shared framework. So in this demo, I'm going to really quickly show you how VisionTrack360 works, how it's profile-centric, quantum-relational, and fully customizable, and why it's unlike any Notion-based system ever built on this planet. We're going to start with a little bit of an overview, and what you're about to see is really the world's first profile-centric quantum relational operating system. It's built entirely on this Notion platform, and that makes it so that this isn't really a traditional project management tool. It's more of a living ecosystem for teams, communities, and organizations that want clear, connected, and regenerative ways to work. So, word of caution before we dive in, please remember that your experience with this system will depend on how comfortable you are with Notion. And the good news is that VisionTrack360 is built on the latest Notion database schema updates. So in non-geek terms, that means that it's faster, it's smoother, and it's far more flexible than anything Notion could have done even a few months ago. So with that, let's get into it. Let's take some time and talk about the core concept, which is the profile-centric design. The foundation of VisionTrack360 is profiles. Every project, every task, meeting, or record comes back to a profile, which is a person, organization, or movement. And as you can see here, I've had a QuickLaunch profile pulled up here, but here's the main profiles window. Let me just show you what this layout looks like. So this is the main screen of VisionTrack360. And here you'll see these tabs, these little tabs here. And you can see there's a few of them that are exposed here. This is profiles. So this is, you can see, there's a bunch of profiles in here. Some are organizations, some are people. And within this, there's all this information to update. And what's cool about this is that you can come through and actually just update these things in any way that you want, just in this one grid. But let's just say you want to get in here and actually dive in on this information. Okay. So for that to happen, all you got to do is come through, find the profile you're looking for. You can search for it. We got a small database here. So I'm just going to go ahead and pull up QuickLaunch again. And when I pull up QuickLaunch, I'm just going to go ahead and maximize it because I can actually just do a little sneak peek on any of these here, right? But I'm going to go ahead and pull up a profile record so you can fully see what a profile-centric view looks like. So on this one screen, there's everything in the world I want to see about Rick Broider. If I want to see somebody else, I can just see, hey, who's Rick related to? I can go to related profiles and like, wow, well, Rick's related to a lot because he's busy. But in this one particular, we're just going to take a look at QuickLaunch here. So I went from Rick's person profile to QuickLaunch's organization profile. Same data, just different context. Okay. So as you can see here, let's take a look at this first tab because there's here you can see all the profile details. And you can see how they're laid out by different groupings. So this is all the identity and contact information. This would be all the location and demographics and so forth. So
skills and contributions, all the things, right? And everything that you see here, by the way, is 100% customizable, meaning that all these profile groupings, all of the fields, you can hide some, you can do whatever you want with all these things. This just happens to be the way I have mine set up. Okay. So so here's everything I want to see for profile details, but related to this profile that we're looking at, Quick Launch Solutions, I want to see all the related details, related profiles to Quick Launch, and I could just simply do that here. If I wanted to link an existing one, an existing profile, I can simply come down here, select a name, and then ta-da, that person is now linked to Quick Launch Solutions. And I know that I can validate that by going through here. And if I look at these relational and network links, I could say, oh yeah, look at this. There's some people who are connected here, including this last person who I just related. I can also remove that person. So super easy, super simple. I can also see related projects. These would be all the related projects to this one profile I'm looking at, Quick Launch. Same thing for related tasks. This would be all the related tasks. And you can see here, there's the way that this particular view is it's grouping all these tasks by their status. So some of these are in process, some of these are in review. I can go in here and change that here, or I can simply just take this and say, hey, you know what? Actually, this one's in review right now. So I could just bring this into review and you can see that number went up to 4 and there it is. So super simple. Everything I want to see about this profile, one screen. Related meetings, if there were meetings here, there'd be a whole list of meetings. But there's also related contacts. This is any time that we reach out to somebody. Let's just say I want to record a quick contact with this profile. I could simply go here and say new page. I could say new contact. I could say, voice call, for instance, right? Now, what's great is just because you have the fields for it doesn't mean that you have to fill it all out at once. Because as you can see in here, there's a few things I can fill out for this particular contact. So for instance, there's a follow-up date. Maybe I want to have a follow-up date for this as a contact type. All of these things, everything you see here is customizable. Let's just say this was, yeah, I don't know. We'll just say it's a voice call, video call. Sure. And, the contactee and all the good things. And then I can just put a description, had a great meeting with Tara. Oh, cool. Awesome. Well, the contactee is also Quick Launch, but let's just say we wanted to say that we talked to Tara from Quick Launch. I could just add Tara in there. Now, if I go to Tara and look at her profile record, I can see that particular contact is in there as well. Okay. I could also see that she is related to Quick Launch. And I can see that Quick Launch also has that related contact. So that's what we mean by quantum relatable. I won't dive in too much. This system is very, very robust. There's a lot of things to see. But another thing that's cool is let's go over to related profiles here. Let's go back to me. I think I have some more test data in here than most. And I always have the option of maximizing this window. So I'll just maximize that window, which is nice because if you're working with one profile and you don't want to be distracted, you could just do all the work right from this screen. So let's just say there's related projects, right? So here's a related project. Let's go with create lead magnet workshops. I'm not sure what that is right now, but let's just say I go into this. Now I'm in the project view. I'm still looking at Rick Broider's profile, my profile here, but I have this little side view open of that particular project that I clicked on, right? And in this project, there's project details. And much like the profile screen, there is all kinds of cool things we could track on them, and they're all grouped by these little groupings. And you can see that not everything is filled out because once again, something's always better than nothing when you're filling something out. So even if you just take a snapshot and you're on the run, you can always come back later and relate things and expand things. This whole thing it evolves with the way that you like to work. All right, so there's that. Now, another cool thing is let's just go back to, so here's Rick Broider. Again, I'm just going to surf through and navigate. I'm going to go back to Quick Launch here. Open up Quick Launch. Now let's do something cool. Let's go to related meetings. As you can see, there's no related meetings here. Check this out. I'm going to say new meeting. And for this new meeting, let's just say we're going to have a weekly sync meeting, right? We'll say weekly sync. And this is a meeting that we'd get together once a week on for any circle just to kind of check in and see what was going on, right? I'm going to open up this weekly sync meeting here. And as you can see here, there's some pretty cool things in here already down below. Well, let's just say I wanted to actually make this template. Well, I can come over here and look at this. There's all these meeting templates in here that are wired to the Conscious Collective Operating Systems charter and the way that it operates for regenerative business practices. And everything's already been figured out here for us. So I'm just going to go ahead and click this meeting. And now you can see here that there is a template for this meeting. And there's a whole entire instructional thing about what this meeting is. So this system is really catered towards CCOS. However, for your organization, we can make these be anything that you want, right? And so it basically what we have here is the ability to have templates built into the system that allow your users to kind of learn as they go, right? And so when it's one thing to say, okay, go have this kind of meeting, but if I'm new, I don't know how to have this kind of meeting. But in this particular situation, using that template, I could have a complete checklist of everything to do before the meeting, during the meeting, and after the meeting. So that's how that works. What else do we want to show you? There's so much. So let's just say I want to go back up top. So we've been looking at things from a profile perspective, right? Well, we can also just look at things from a system-wide perspective. For instance, these are all the contacts in the system. These are all the projects in the system right now. And you can see that right now, this is by grouped by, this is grouped by priority right now, right? So I can go through and I can cruise these priorities and this and that. But let's just say I wanted to group these by status. Well, super simple. There's this grouping here. I can choose this group. Actually, there's an easier way. Watch this. I can right click on here and just say group. So now I went from having them grouped by priority to now they're grouped by status. So when I say that you don't have to go hunting down data, you bring the data to you, it's all through the magic of these views, right? Now, let's just say, I can give you a million more examples, but this is the quantity, like everything that we see is a way to bring the data into us. So what else do we want to show you? There's so much here to show. But yeah, essentially, I'm just going to show you the full capacity of this. So we manage profiles. We talked about contacts. Contacts are any point of interaction between a profile. If you want to, this is really good for sales cycles, or if you're doing donation fund generation, or you want to track where people are at in the process. Really easy to do with this system. It tracks all the meetings. It tracks meeting agenda items. It tracks circles. So what's a circle? Well, in CCOS, a circle is essentially a collection, a team. And this is a big, because this is CCOS's Vision Track, we have a lot of circles. We have a lot of teams. Whether they're filled out or not, we want to track them. So we're starting off with this source council here. And if I go to the source council, then I'll maximize this. I can see everything that this particular team has ever done. So here's all the circle details. So for this team, these are the accountabilities, the domain, the active roles, the subcircles, the meta principles, so forth, so on, right? I could also see all the subcircles that are tied to it. In this particular case, we have, oh, look at that. These are out of order. Well, I can just simply go over here and just say, hey, sort that by name. Cool, thanks. And now they're back in order. Basically, you could do anything with these things. This is a very smart system. So it does policy tracking and reviewing and all kinds of great, cool things in here. This is also every meeting that's ever been held. If there were any meetings here, any projects that are involving this particular circle, any tasks that are part of this circle as well, any profiles that are tied to this particular circle. And, I can see here, wow, it looks like there's more people that we need to be tagged to here. So I'm going to go ahead and put myself. Let's see, who else? I'm going to link another one. Let's say Tara. Yeah, and there's not only that, but for this particular circle we're looking for, we can see every single accountability ledger entry made, every decision that they've ever made, every dependency that has ever been a cross dependency between them and another team that's been logged. We could see KPI. We could see the policy ledger, reciprocity, resources, tensions, or objectives that have come up, and a full transparency ledger that's pushed out to the public that we can put out. So everybody, any stakeholders, the public, whomever that you're working with, can see exactly what's going on. as you do it. So the system, while you don't have to use the built-in ledgers, if you do use the built-in ledgers, when you close meetings, then there's a process that happens depending on the type of meeting that will take all the information that you've put together just from tracking the meeting and putting into a ledger entry and recording for you automatically. The next level of this system is really cool. It's called the reflective intelligence layer. It's what we're going to use at CCOS to take all of this information and have essentially AI agents that look at all these ledgers and watch these ledgers. And as things get recorded, they basically surmise this information, put it into a higher collective agent group, and then the agents can look at things and go, oh, hey, from a holistic view, here's some recommendations for today. By the way, you have a couple of these projects that are overdue. You have these policies coming up for renewal. Here's your overall health thing. Like, it's really cool. So that's essentially the quick and dirty, as it were, demo of VisionTrack360. If you have any questions or you want to see how this can work for your organization, please reach out to me. You can reach me at agent5d.com. It's agent, the number 5, the letter D.com. And I'll be more than happy to set something with you guys. Thank you so much for taking a look at what is the world's first quantum-related, self-organized platform that does it all in one shot, globally accessible and independently deployable to your organization. All right. Well, thank you so much. I've said a lot. Again, reach out if you have any questions. Take care and have a great day.